Hey y'all, and thank you for clicking on my video. I'm Vaughn, and today I'll be telling a story time. I want to start doing more story time videos because I feel like sometimes things that happen to me, I feel like have a lesson behind them, and I want to share them and use my voice, even if other people won't listen. So in today's video, I'm not going to use people's real names as to protect their privacy. And also I want to say this is my side of the story. I've always been told by my mom that there's 3 sides to a story. Your side, my side, and the truth. It just happens to be my side of the story that I want to share. Let's get into the video. I've only ever had 2 serious boyfriends in my life. And although I'm not dating them, I don't have any hard feelings towards them. Being with them in a relationship did teach me some things about myself, and I do still consider them good people. The first story is about my ex-boyfriend Hughie, as he will be called. Hughie was an African-American boy, and that's all you need to know about the story for me to continue. Hughie and I shared the same friend group, and then we started dating, as most friend groups happen. Something that was very interesting was when we started dating, we had a diverse group of people in our little friend group, if I say so myself. One of the girls in the friend group was this white girl who would be known as Agatha. Agatha fit into this black stereotype at the time that I didn't. So I was Oreo sounding while she was whatever the reverse of an Oreo was. And that just stung a little bit because it's always like, you're never black enough for the black kids, ever. Wasn't good enough for them. And then it just seemed more weird because he made it clear to me one time that I was the darkest girl that he had dated at the time, meaning that he dated a bunch of white girls and then he came to me. I'm obviously not white. And that just stung a little bit because it's like it was our running joke for the summer where she was black and I'm not. It was just really super interesting. Boyfriend number 2 will be known as Kells. Kells was also an African-American boy, and the only details you need about him. Kells was struggling with his home life at home and was moving back and forth from the black neighborhood to the white neighborhood. He left the black neighborhood to go to the white neighborhood and then came back from the white neighborhood to the black neighborhood. And it was really interesting because when he came back, I remember this conversation. We were having a little class thing and it was Kells and I and a handful of other black girls. And he said that he only liked white girls. And I was confused because I was like, you dated me. Obviously, I'm not white. Obvi. But it was really interesting. And he was like, well, when I got sent away, the white people loved me. And when he came back to the black neighborhood, although it's majority black, we have a handful of like white people. And he's like, they love me. And I was just like, okay, I cared for you. So it was just really interesting to see that dynamic. And what he said he went out with me for is because I'm the most white sounding black girl. Which of course, again, stings a little bit because it's like, how are you not black enough? Who tells you how black you are? It's just a really interesting dynamic to me. So that conversation ended. More of the story with both of those two is I found out we're not the one for each other. But what it did teach me about myself is I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Won't be everybody's cup of water. But it's an interesting dynamic that I had to grow up with my whole entire life. I'm not the blackest black girl. I didn't always used to know how to slang. I'm a little bit better now. When I go to parties, I still don't like shaking my monkey. I'm more of a words type of girl. Like if I know the lyrics, then I'm lit. I like video games. I like anime. I like comic books. And I like going to Comic Cons. That's something else too. As a side note, I'll be going to Comic Con this upcoming weekend in Cincinnati at the Duke Energy Convention Center. And I hope to have a video out about that. But beyond the point. I just don't fit the black girl stereotype, and growing up and liking all these things and having my brother and my dad who influenced me to like these things, it's like, what? Because I'm still a black girl from my skin tone, from the braids in my hair that I love to do, and I like to get my nails done. I can't do acrylics anymore, so I'm like the press-on queen, and it's just interesting. So something that I want to stress, and it's funny because I feel like sometimes God is talking to me in different ways, and I saw this in an Instagram post, and I wanted to make sure that other black girls saw this if you do look at it. But for the black girls who are struggling to love themselves, there's someone out there for you. There will be someone who understands you. And I have a few handful of friends who like anime like me, because now black people liking anime is a whole new thing. I think that is so cool, but it didn't used to be. So it's just interesting not always being black enough for the black kids, but you're obviously not white enough for the white kids, because I don't like rock music. I can listen to it. I don't like country. I can listen to it. Pop, depends on the song. And also square dancing is just really weird for me. And I'm not much of a beer drinker. I like liquor. So it's interesting. I don't know. And all I wanted other black girls and everyone to take away from this video is, if people make you feel like that you're not enough, you are. And as I said in my senior quote in my high school yearbook, know your self-worth, then add tax. But now I have something else to add. Know your self-worth, then add tax, and add shipping. Because period, you are worth it. And I needed everybody to get that. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with your friends.